Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Ultra League and let's try to get some wins. We're going to be trying out the Shadow Electivire with the Glossopod and the Trevenant in the back. So we see the Salazzle here. We are going to have to play the one shield. We fire off an Ice Punch and we do grab a shield. Then we're going to switch out into our Glossopod and we are going to be able to fire off this Aerial Ace versus the Dragapult. Let's see if we're going to be able to wiggle out of this situation. A Dragon Ghost type versus our Shadow Claw Glossopod does grab a shield, and we are going to look to get the farm down with our Trevenant. Our opponent does get to a Poison Fang, but we are going to try to snipe some energy. We go for this Ice Punch. We see the Kamala. Whoa! Ultra League Kamala is actually crazy. We are going to be able to fire off another Seed Bomb, and we do get the farm down. And this comes down to energy management. Are we going to be able to reach a move? Yes, barely. The Trevenant survives the Incinerates, and we are going to be able to reach that Seed Bomb for the win. So GG's to our opponent. Very close game and spicy team by our opponents, putting some really off meta picks. Alright, terrible matchup here. We're going to switch out into the Glossopod versus the Stunfisk. They switch out into Togekiss here versus the Glossopod. We're just going to be applying full pressure with our liquidation. Second liquidation does grab a shield, and now we're going to try to reach another move. Okay, we get to another move. This liquidation does grab that second shield, and now we've broken down both shields. They have a ton of energy though. We're going to go into the Electivire here. We tank the move. We have our opponent switch out. We're going to save this Electivire just in case we need it later on, because we have this Trevenant that walls this Stunfisk. We are going to throw the Seed Bomb, dealing some good damage, and at this point we're going to try to overfarm because we don't know what's in the back end. We know they eventually could switch out. They switch out into their Togekiss. Wasn't sure if Seed Bomb was going to be enough, so we went for the Shadow Ball. We see the Ninetales come in, so we're going to switch out immediately into the Electivire, fire off the Wild Charge. We do get some huge damage. Doesn't KO. We see the Weather Ball go through, but now we just got to go for the farm down, and we reach the farm down, so we are going to be able to win that game. So GG's to our opponent. Another close game off of a terrible lead, so able to recover from that situation. Got the Shadow Electivire versus the Guzzlord. Not the greatest lead here, but we could play the one shields and get to this Ice Punch. This Ice Punch would do super effective damage. Our opponent does elect to tank it. They can't tank this next one unless they shield, so they decide to shield that one up. And at this point, Electivire has done his job, and we're okay with that. We're going to our Glossopod here. They allow us to get to the Aerial Ace, so this Aerial Ace will get the KO or grab the shield. Okay, down goes the Guzzlord. We see the Registeel in the back. Registeel is going to be interesting because it's just going to be threatening with their charge moves. So we're going to catch a move here. Ends up being the Zap Cannon, and they get the debuff. So really unfortunate right there. We're going to fire all this Shadow Ball to deal as much damage as possible, but it's not going to deal nearly enough to take it out. We are going to have to tank a move here, so Flame Charge does get used. We fire off the Aerial Ace. It does take him out, and now it just comes down to energy management. Can we get to a couple of liquidations? We're gonna have to shield here. Ends up being the Zap Cannon. We do avoid the debuff, and now it just comes down to can we get to 2 moves because they still have a shield. So first shield does go up, and we were so close, one fast move away from reaching the KO potentially with the liquidation, and they are able to reach the focus blast. So GG's to our opponent. Considering the lead, we made it an interesting game, but they were able to just outbulk us. All right, Shadow Electivire versus Ultra League Weezing here is going to be a tall task. We're going to fire off the Wild Charge. Huge damage goes through, and we're going to switch out into the Glossopod. We tank the Brutal Swing, and we see the Gliscor in the back. Okay. Gliscor running the Sand attack is going to be able to reach an Aerial Ace pretty quickly. We are able to tank that, and we're just going to fire off another Liquidation here. Oh, it does grab 2 shields, so we're going to switch out into the Electivire immediately, and let's see what moveset they're running. Okay, Earthquake does get used. We see the Weezing come back in. We are going to try our best to farm down. Yes, we do get the farm down, and now we're in a great spot. No shields, but we know they have the Gliscor, which is weak to our Ice Punch, and we see the Feraligatr. Boom goes the Feraligatr with our Wild Charge, and then we have energy for our Ice Punch. Boom, down goes the Gliscor. So GG's to our opponent, able to kind of sweep the game with our Electivire at the end, breaking down the shields first though. All right, we got the main core of the Electivire and the Trevenant. If you haven't figured that out already, we see the Guzzlord again. We're going to play the 1 shields. We need to at least win the lead or get a shield. Okay, so there's the shield, and we're going to switch out into the Glossopod here. We are going to tank the Dragon Claw, and we see the Weezing again, I think. Yeah, there's the Weezing, and we do go for the liquidation. It does grab that shield. We are going to have their defense debuffed, and we're going to fire off another liquidation. Dealing some good neutral damage. Hasn't gotten into the red, though, so they're going to be able to get to another Brutal Swing, where you are going to shield and try to farm down is the plan, I guess. Let's see. Okay, they are going to be able to reach another move, so we're just going to have to double shield here and just take all this energy to the back line. Guzzler comes back in. We go for the Seed Bomb, and we... Okay, it looks like the Trevenant comes back in, so we're going to fire off another Seed Bomb and trying our best to deal as much damage as possible. Going to the Electivire, we catch the Hydro, trying to farm. Okay, but unfortunately, they're going to be able to get to another Hydro here. We are going to be able to tank it, and we have a Shadow Ball, so this is as good as it's going to get. And unfortunately, Guzzler is able to tank that easily. So GG's to our opponent. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.